morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning a very interesting chapter that we've already started. That is Life Processes in Living Organism Part 2, and this is the next part of the chapter. Okay, so let's get started. In our previous class, we've learned about asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there is an involvement of only one parent, that is the adult parent, and from the adult parent, either because of cell division or by budding or various other methods that we have learned in asexual reproduction, the offspring detaches a part of its from the parent and produces a new adult. Okay, so this is how the asexual reproduction is carried on in living organism. So let's begin with the very important part of the chapter, that is sexual reproduction. Now, sexual reproduction is very different from asexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, the in sexual reproduction So let's understand about sexual reproduction in plants. Now, when we talk about sexual reproduction in plants, this is a very simple example with which you can understand what exactly is happening during sexual reproduction. So, let's talk about sexual reproduction in plants. Now, when we talk about sexual reproduction in plant, the important part for sexual reproduction is the flower. The flower is the structural unit of sexual reproduction in plants. It consists of four floral whorls, means four parts which are very important, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. They are arranged in this sequence from outside to inside, means सबसे बाहर होगा calyx, फिर corolla, that is the petals, then you have androecium and gynoecium. Now androecium and gynoecium are called the essential whorls because they perform the function of reproduction. Whereas calyx and corolla are called as accessory whorls because they are responsible for protection of the inner whorls. Means ये जो androecium और gynoecium है हमारे flower के अंदर उसे protect करने के लिए calyx and corolla are important. Apart from that, they are also important for some other function. I will be discussing that later on. Members of calyx are called as sepals and they are green colored. Okay. You can see here in this picture जो नीचे के leaf like structure दिख रहे हैं वो actually है sepals. They are green in color. Whereas the member of corolla are called as petals. जो हम लोगों को colorful petals दिखते हैं उसे हम लोग कहते हैं corolla. ठीक है. Now we'll be studying about gynoecium first. That is the female reproductive organ. Now this female reproductive organ comprises of the pistil which has on the top has stigma. ठीक है, सबसे ऊपर का जो पार्ट है वो है स्टिग्मा, that is responsible for producing sticky nectar like substance, so which the pollens which are released can come and get stuck to that particular region. ठीक है, तो स्टिग्मा सबसे ऊपर पार्ट है पिस्टिल के. Then you have, as I told you, it produces sticky surface for pollens to stick to it. Then you have the style. उसके नीचे एक पतली सी ट्यूब लाइक दिखाई दे रहा है आप लोगों को, लंबा स्ट्रक्चर दिखाई दे रहा है स्टॉक जैसे. So that is the style which connects the stigma to the ovary. अभी ovary कहाँ है? सबसे नीचे जो आप लोगों को oval structure दिखाई दे रहा है उसे हम लोग कहते हैं ovary. This ovary contains the ovules. ठीक है. Now this ovule is the female reproductive gamete, right? Where you can also say it as eggs. Now we move on to the male reproductive organ. Now the male reproductive organ comprises of the stamen. ठीक है, अभी जो stamen है इसके अंदर दो parts है. First is the anther. The anther produces sperm nuclei by meiosis. ठीक है, sperm nuclei are enclosed by pollen grains. ये जो आप लोगों को ऊपर जो दिखाई दे रहा है anther, this are responsible for producing pollen grains. ठीक है. Then you have the filament, जो पतली सी stalk like structure दिखाई दे रही है, that holds the anther up in a proper position. ठीक है. So this is how the entire flower is. I've explained you all the different parts of it, and you have to remember this. This is very simple. You must have done it in your previous standard also. And if you want to remember this part, you can take a flower. Preferably, you can take a hibiscus flower. ठीक है, उसको अगर आप लोग डाइसेक्ट करोगे, एक एक पार्ट उसका ध्यान से निकालोगे ना, तो आप लोग को उसका हर एक पोर्शन याद रहेगा.
That contributes to the process of reproduction. Typically, a flower has four main whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. These whorls are arranged on the swollen end of a stalk called the thalamus or the receptacle. The outermost whorl is the calyx, consisting of sepals. The next inner whorl is the corolla, consisting of petals. Both calyx and corolla are accessory whorls or non-essential whorls of a flower. While the calyx protects the flower in its bud stage, the corolla helps to attract insects and birds for the purpose of pollination. In some plants, such as the lily, both the calyx and the corolla are fused to form the perianth. The wall inner to the corolla is the androecium, consisting of stamens, which are the male reproductive organs. The innermost wall is the gynoecium, consisting of one or more carpels, which are the female reproductive organs. Both the androecium, gynoecium are the reproductive organs of a flower. They are also called the essential walls of a flower. Flowers can be either bisexual or unisexual. A bisexual flower has both androecium and gynoecium, while a unisexual flower has either androecium or gynoecium.
Now, pollination, when we talk about pollen grains from anther being transferred to the stigma, this process is called as pollination. Okay? Now, what exactly is happening here? With the help of the insects or wind or birds, other organism, when the pollen grains which are mature enough, when they stick to their body, they move from one flower to the other and stick to the stigma of the other plant, other flower, and which leads to fertilization and reproduction. So this process of transferring, just the transferation of anther to the stigma, ठीक है, इसे हम लोग कहते हैं pollination. Now pollination is of two types. The first type is self pollination. ठीक है, in self pollination here you can see a flower, a bisexual flower which has stamens also and the stigma also in the same flower, that is androecium and the gynoecium also. तो जो stamens है उसमें से pollen grains release होते हैं और वो stigma को stick हो जाते हैं and ultimately fertilization occurs. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर एक ही flower के अंदर जो दो एक ही plant के अंदर जो दो flower है या फिर same flower है, जब वहां पर pollens का transfer हो रहा है stigma पे, that is called as self pollination. So when pollination involves only one flower or two flowers born on the same plant, it is called as self-pollination. Next is cross-pollination, which involves two different plants and two different flowers. ठीक है, जैसे कि हमारे पास एक फ्लावर का पॉट है, रोज का प्लांट है, और हमारे नेबर के पास में भी एक फ्लावर का पॉट है. ठीक है, बोथ आर रोज ओनली, रोज फ्लावर है हमारे पास. तो हमारे पास जब ये बर्ड्स या इंसेक्ट्स हमारे फ्लावर के ऊपर मूव होते हैं इन सर्च ऑफ नेक्टर, व्हाट विल हैपन इज उनके बॉडी पे पोलन स्टिक हो जाएंगे और जब वो हमारे प्लांट से उठकर दूसरे प्लांट पे जाकर सेटल होते हैं व्हेन इन सर्च ऑफ नेक्टर, उनकी बॉडी के जो पोलन्स है वो दूसरे फ्लावर के ऊपर सेटल हो जाते हैं उसके स्टिग्मा पे. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन. नाउ there are scientists which make use of brushes also to see high yielding and resistant varieties of plants. They make use of brushes also to remove the pollens and stick it to the stigma of the flower. ठीक है, so this is what is cross pollination. Simple है ना? Now when a pollen grain lands on the stigma, it germinates and a pollen tube grows down through the style to an ovule. So what happens, अब ये pollen grain तो settle हो गया स्टिग्मा पे. अब ये जो pollen grain है ये स्टिग्मा के अंदर एक लंबा सा ट्यूब फॉर्म करेगा और ये ट्यूब ओव्यूल तक पहुंचेगा. ठीक है, now the sperm travels through the pollen tube. अब ये जो pollen grain के अंदर जो sperm nuclei था वो ये ट्यूब के थ्रू ओव्यूल तक पहुंचता है, ठीक है। सो द स्पर्म ट्रेवल्स थ्रू द पोलन ट्यूब टू द ओव्यूल, ओव्यूल तक जो एग है वहां तक ये ट्रैवल करेगा वो ट्यूब के थ्रू, ठीक है। द स्पर्म एंड एग फ्यूज फॉर्मिंग द जाइगोट, दैट इज द फर्टिलाइज्ड एग. This grows into the plant embryo. Okay, that is cells grow by mitosis. अब यहाँ पर वापस से cells divide होना शुरू हो जाएंगे by the process of mitosis. ठीक है, very simple. Again I'll explain you all. Don't worry. Pollen grains जब stigma पे stick हो जाते हैं, they form a tube. ठीक है, they form a pollen tube. अब ये जो pollen tube है ये कहाँ तक जाती है? ओव्यूल तक जाती है. That is the female egg का जो पार्ट है वहां तक, ठीक है। वो स्टिग्मा से पोलन ट्यूब नीचे तक जाती है और वहां पर जो पोलन ग्रेन टॉप पे था उसके अंदर स्पर्म सेल था, ठीक है। जो मेल सेल था वो उधर था, अब वो ट्यूब के थ्रू नीचे ट्रैवल करेगा टू द ओव्यूल एंड देयर द जाइगोट विल बी फॉर्म्ड, ठीक है। जहां पर मेल न्यूक्लियाई और फीमेल egg, when they combine together, fertilization will take place and now the zygote is formed and this zygote will go under mitosis. Mitosis से cell division continue होते जाएगा, ठीक है। So simple, remember. So here you can see the stigma becomes sticky during pollination, as I told you. Now the pollen germinates when they fall upon each stigma, sticky stigma. That is long pollen tube and two male gametes are formed. यहाँ पर दो male gametes form हो रहे हैं, ठीक है। So now this is a different concept. So pay attention carefully. The pollen tube carries two male gametes, ठीक है। The pollen tube carries male gametes here. Everybody can see it in the diagram also. The pollen tube reaches the embryo via style. हम लोग ने पढ़े थे ना, स्टिग्मा है, स्टाइल है, फिर देन देयर इज द ओवरी. तो ये ट्यूब के थ्रू ये जा रहा है. द टिप ऑफ द पोलन ट्यूब बर्स्ट, जो टिप है वो बर्स्ट हो जाएंगे और जो दो गैमेट्स थे मेल के दे विल बी रिलीज इन द एम्ब्रियो सैक, दैट इज द ओव्यूल रीजन, ठीक है. वन मेल गैमेट यूनाइट्स विद द एग सेल टू फॉर्म द जाइगोट. दिस इज फर्टिलाइजेशन. ये तो हम लोग ने अभी पहले पढ़ चुके हैं, ठीक है. ये समझ में आ गई ये बात. फर्टिलाइजेशन हो रहा है. अब जो सेकेंड मेल गैमेट जो रिलीज हुआ था वो यूनाइट होता है विद टू पोलर न्यूक्लियाई, ठीक है. दो साइड्स पे आप लोगों को दिखाई दे रहा है इन द लास्ट पिक्चर, वहां पर दे विल इट विल यूनाइट विद द टू पोलर न्यूक्लियस व्हिच आर देयर on either side of the walls. As these two nuclei participate in this process, it is called as double fertilization. ठीक है, यहाँ पर दो मेल गैमेट्स थे इसीलिए यहाँ पर इसे कहते हैं डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. एक मेल गैमेट किससे यूनाइट होता है? एक मेल गैमेट यूनाइट होता है विद द फीमेल egg. Okay, so this female egg forms the main zygote and the other male gamete unites with the two polar nuclei. Okay, and hence this is called as double fertilization because two nuclei participate in this process. The ovary and zygote, which is fertilized ovule, develop and ripen. The ovule forms the seed. ठीक है, अब ये ओवरी और जाइगोट के बारे में आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया है. द ओवरी एंड जाइगोट दे राइपन और दे फॉर्म. द ओव्यूल फॉर्म्स द सीड, जो अंदर का जो ओव्यूल है वो सीड फॉर्म करता है एंड द ओवरी फॉर्म्स द फ्रूट. ठीक है, जस्ट लुक एट दिस पिक्चर, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. इफ यू सी अ मैंगो, जो मैंगो के अंदर का जो सीड है वो है ओव्यूल और जो ऊपर का जो पल्प हम लोग खाते हैं दैट इज द ओवरी एंड द ओवरी फॉर्म्स द फ्रूट. ठीक है, a fruit is a ripened ovule. Everybody is understood? So this is all the picture that you can see are nothing but the ovary that we are eating and the seeds which are there inside are nothing but the ovules of the flower. Right? Very interesting part. Let's understand now what happens next. जब हम लोग फ्रूट खा जाते हैं तो उसके अंदर से जो सीड्स होती है तो उससे सीड से वापस से एक प्लांट कैसे बनेगा. ठीक है, हम लोग का मेन एम क्या है? How a new living thing is being formed by sexual reproduction. Now sexual reproduction is a lengthy process. Okay, asexual reproduction बहुत fast होता है but sexual reproduction takes time. ठीक है, but there is a chance of new varieties being formed. So that is why this is very important. ठीक है। सो सीड जर्मिनेशन, अब हम लोग ने जो उसके ऊपर का जो पल्प था, जो ओवरी थी, वो यूटिलाइज कर ली। अब आते हैं हम लोग सीड के बारे में। The ovule develops into seed and the ovary into fruit after fertilization. Seeds fall upon the ground when fruit breaks up and they germinate in the soil under favorable condition. The zygote develops at the cost of food storage in endosperm of seed and thus a new plantlet is formed. This is called as seed germination. Now seed germination आप लोग ने पहले भी देख चुके हो, so but I'll still explain you all with the help of a video which will help you to understand how seed germination actually happens. Now this is the process of seed germination. Now here when you put a seed into the soil under favorable condition, okay, this will develop into a new plantlet. You will have a radicle which will form the root and the plumule which forms the shoot of the plant. Here another picture, you can see how seed germination is taking place. You can see the roots, you can see the shoot coming out from the seed, right? Very interesting video. You all can try it at home also. You all can see how beautiful this process is. Now seed germination, there are different types of seeds depending upon the plant. There could be a monocot plant which has only one cotyledon, and there are plants which have two parts of the seed. अगर हम लोग कोई seed को easily दो parts में divide कर सकते हैं, like a peanut है, almond है, हम लोग उसे अगर seed को अगर हम लोग break करेंगे तो दो equal parts में easily टूट जाएगा. So those type of seeds are called as dicotyledon. Okay. Whereas if you take a corn मतलब जो भुट्टा हम लोग खाते हैं, उसका अगर एक दाना लेंगे, उसके तोड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे दो हाफ में, तो नहीं होगा. This type of seeds are called as monocots. Now let us quickly revise about asexual reproduction. That is, in this, an adult parent is involved, which detaches a portion of parent and forms a new adult, right? And what we learned in sexual reproduction was an adult parent, two adult parents are required, male and female. They produce male gamete and the female produces female gamete. When they unite, there is fertilization and a zygote is formed, right? So this is a very simple thing. You can take down this chart and you can remember this process. आप लोगों को मैंने हर एक process बहुत easily समझाई हूँ. So if you just recollect, if you just see this flow chart, you should be able to form sentences and write down what exactly is sexual reproduction. And a new adult is formed with the help of the zygote. ठीक है? So I hope this concept is quite clear to you all. In the next coming period, we learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you. If you liked our session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and view the videos that we had today for you. And please do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you remain updated with all the latest videos that we'll be making for our dear students. This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.